What's up guys, Anmol here for TechLekh and you're watching the full review of Huawei Nova 3i. So Huawei recently released their brand new chipset, the Kirin 710, and Nova 3i is actually the first phone to use this chipset along with the GPU Turbo update. So let's cut the crap, get down to business and see how good the Nova 3i really is. The Huawei Nova 3i looks stunning and feels just as good in the hands. The iris purple looks gorgeous and the aluminum frame provides that necessary rigidity to the device. Also, these rounded edges add to the smoothness of the device and the antenna bands are well hidden. Now if we move to the front, the bezels are smaller than the Nova 3e and looks more pleasing. Hate it or love it, it has a notch. However, there's an option to hide the notch, but I prefer to have the notch than not have the notch. On the left, we get a hybrid dual SIM slot and all of the buttons are placed on the right. On the bottom, we have a headphone jack, speaker and a USB charging port. It's weird that it's not a USB Type-C, considering that the Nova 3e came with a Type-C port. But the speakers seem to be a decent upgrade from the Nova 3e. They sound rich and bright even though it's a mono speaker. I have to say that the Nova 3i has to be the best looking in this price segment. The color and the overall build makes it look like a premium phone that costs more than its price tag. Onto the display looks quite similar to the Nova 3e but it looks sharper. The 6.3 inches stretched 19.5:9 display uses an LTPS LCD panel with a screen resolution of 1080 by 2340. Looks crisp and it has to be one of the best displays in this price segment. Colors are punchy and it's bright enough with decent viewing angles. Well, display certainly seems to be one of its stronghold. For the hardware, we get 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage which can be expanded using micro SD card. Meanwhile, we get an upgraded Kirin 710 chipset with GPU Turbo. The Kirin 710 is a huge step up from the Kirin 659. Internet browsing, opening apps and multitasking were smooth. It ran most of the intense title with through-edit with relative ease. On the plus side, the GPU Turbo really helps to conserve the battery even while gaming. Now talking about the experience, you do get settled with the EMUI as you keep on using it. It's a skin on top of the Android Oreo 8.1 and there are some minor changes. Features you to expect like Face Unlock is certainly there and it's quite fast and works well. The fingerprint scanner too is quite fast and accurate. There are some things I really like about EMUI, for example the ultra battery saving mode, smart screen resolution and different navigation modes. And also there are lots of other customization too. Now let's talk camera. 2 on the front, the 24 megapixel f2 being the primary and the 2 megapixel depth sensor. The primary sensor looks great here, clear in details and it comes with the HDR Pro mode for better dynamic range. It comes with portrait and lighting options. The edge detection and blur mount is quite decent here. Furthermore, the front camera supports AI to enhance the camera experience. AR stickers are implemented quite well. If you're into it, it's a nice way to kill some time with your friends. The rear camera gets an upgrade from the Nova 3e. There's a 16 megapixel f2.2 primary rear sensor and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The camera app is fairly easy to use and provides a wide variety of modes such as HDR, panorama, night shot and time lapse. And there's a fully featured Pro mode as well for both photo and video. Talking about camera's real-life performance, photos captured from the rear camera in favorable light are quite impressive. Level of detail and colors are good and has decent dynamic range. Like the Nova 2i and the Nova 3e, the 3i also tends to oversaturate but maintains nice contrast most of the times. It comes with the AI support which tries to tweak images according to the situation. The good thing is, you can cancel out the AI tweaks even after capturing the picture. So always click picture in AI mode and turn it off if you do not like the tweaked effects. There's also wide aperture mode, allows you to take shot with depth of field effect which are decent at best. There's also a portrait mode and it seems to do a good job with nice amount of blur and average edge detection. However, it is not as good in low light situation. The noise is more or less kept under control, but the image seems over sharpened and overexposed. Moving on to the videos, it can capture up to 1080p 60 fps. The videos look quite soft and lack details, but go down to 1080 30 fps and the details level improve drastically with improved dynamic range. However, there are no stabilization features, OIS or EIS. There's also a super slow-mo up to 480 fps which look quite decent. Talking about the battery, we get an upgraded 3340 mAh battery and coupled with the Kirin 710 chipset, I had no issues getting through a full day on motor use. You know the regular Instagram, social media, Spotify and a little bit PUBG on a single charge. In fact, I usually had 20% left in the tank at the end of the day. The charge time is okay, it takes about hour and 45 minutes to go from 0 to 100. So at 39,000 rupees, you are getting a phone that looks more expensive than it is with fabulous build quality, a solid processor inside and an AI front camera that will not let you down. However, its major cons seem to be the lack of USB Type-C and the rear camera performance. So if those aren't high on your list of priorities, then the Nova 3i will serve you quite well. So that's it for the full review of the Huawei Nova 3i, and if you guys want to know anything else about this phone, do let us know in the comments below and we'll try to feature one of them in our next video. Hope you guys like the video. Until next time, thara bye bye.